Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for all things fishing. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for a very special day, November 4th, 2025. We're heading to the beautiful waters of Sydney, Australia, where spring is in full swing, and the fish are definitely feeling it. Why is this day so special, you ask? Well, my friends, it's a fantastic blend of warming waters, stable conditions, and a moon phase that promises to stir things up. This could be one of those days you'll remember, so let's get into the nitty-gritty and make sure you're ready to haul in some beauties. First up, let's talk about our beloved Bream. November sees Bream really come alive as the water temperatures comfortably rise, especially along the eastern coast. On November 4th, with water temperatures around 20 to 21 degrees Celsius, you'll want to focus on structure. Think submerged snags, jetties, bridge pylons, and rocky outcrops in estuaries and harbours. These are their usual haunts where they forage for food. For tackle, a light to medium spinning outfit with a 2 to 4 kilogram line class is perfect. As for baits, fresh peeled prawns, nippers, or even a small strip of fresh mullet will do wonders. A little trick from my experience: use a paternoster rig with a small sinker to keep your bait close to the bottom but allow it to waft naturally in the current. This presentation can be incredibly enticing. Next, let's target the flathead. These cunning ambush predators will be actively hunting. On this day, you'd be looking for them around sandy drop-offs, the edges of weed beds, and estuary channels where there's a good current flow. They love a good ambush point. A medium spinning or bait casting setup, spooled with 10 to 15 pound braid, will give you the sensitivity to feel those subtle bites. My go-to lures for flathead in November are soft plastics, particularly paddle tail or grub-style plastics in 4 to 5 inches, rigged on a 1/4 to 1/2 ounce jig head. Work them slowly along the bottom, imparting little hops and pauses. The warming water means they'll be actively chasing prey, so don't be afraid to try some shallow diving hard-body lures over sand flats at high tide too. For those who enjoy a tasty meal and a fun fight, whiting are in their prime this month. They're easy to catch, and in November you'll find them around the Sand Hills, Blue Hole, the western side of Moreton Island, Fisherman's Gutter, and all the gutters throughout the Rouse Channel. Also check out chain banks and surrounding sandbanks like Amity Banks and the shallows in Horseshoe Bay. I've found them on the bite better when there's a good run in the tide, drifting with the good old faithful paternoster rig. Baits are simple. Live bloodworms are the best by far, but frozen beachworms, strips of squid, peeled prawns, peepees and live yabbies should all catch you a bucket of whiting. For rods and reels, especially for the young ones, I recommend ultralight rods and 1000 size reels. Finally, for some aggressive action, let's talk about Tailor and Australian salmon. These schooling fish will be patrolling the inshore waters, especially around headlands, rocky points, and surf beaches. Look for signs of baitfish being driven to the surface. A medium spinning outfit with a fast retrieve is key here. Chrome slices, small metals, and shallow diving hard-body lures in natural baitfish patterns are excellent choices. Cast them out, retrieve quickly, and be ready for a solid strike. They love to chase, and with active baitfish around, they'll be on the hunt. Now let's break down the conditions. For November 4th, 2025 in Sydney, we're looking at air temperatures with a low of 16 degrees Celsius and a comfortable high of 21 degrees Celsius. We expect generally light winds, 7 to 9 miles per hour, shifting from southwest to northwest throughout the day. Precipitation is looking minimal, with only a 10% chance of patchy rain, meaning we'll likely have mostly dry skies. This relatively stable weather, with moderate temperatures and light winds, generally encourages fish to be more active. Atmospheric pressure is expected to be relatively stable, with only minor fluctuations, which is usually a good sign for consistent biting. Regarding water temperature, a crucial factor, the average surface water temperatures along the eastern coast, especially around Sydney, will be gradually increasing, sitting around 20 to 21 degrees Celsius. This warming trend is fantastic for fishing, my friends. As the water heats up, fish become more active, their metabolism increases, and they need to feed more frequently. This is when many species move into shallower areas to forage, making them more accessible to anglers And let's not forget the moon, friends. On November 4th, 2025, we'll be under a waxing gibbous moon with approximately 98 to 99% illumination. This phase is just one day before the full moon. Many anglers, myself included, believe that a waxing gibbous moon often corresponds with increased fish activity, especially around high tides. The stronger gravitational pull can lead to more pronounced tidal movements, which stirs up baitfish and makes predators more active. There's a popular belief that the days leading up to a full moon can be incredibly productive, so this is definitely a promising sign. Overall, for November 4th, 2025, my assessment for general fish activity across Sydney's coastal waters is good to excellent to all. The combination of warming waters, increasing biological activity as spring transitions to summer, mostly stable weather, and a strong waxing gibbous moon creates a generally favourable environment for a successful fishing trip. Expect active fish, especially during periods of strong tidal movement. So, my friends, gear up, hit your favourite spots, and make the most of these prime conditions. I wish you all tight lines, Nick Voster, Nicheshwi, as we say. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and leave a comment below. What are your plans for fishing this November? What's your go-to bait for bream in spring? Share your observations and let's keep this awesome fishing community growing.